Hey, so I already had a home server, which was my first desktop PC that I had in high school that my father bought for me in like, I don't know, 2017 or something. And I already turned it into a home server simply by installing Linux. Oh no! And some services such as Jellyfin, Navidrome, immich, and some other shit too. But that PC had only 1 terabyte of storage and I'm starting to run out of space. Also, since it's just one hard drive, the probability of me losing all my data is pretty high. I don't know, there's always a risk that it will like explode or something. And I don't want that. So in this video, I'm gonna build my dream home server. Also, if you're wondering, yes, I broke my nose playing basketball. So what I had is simply a motherboard with an AMD A108750. I don't know, I mean like a crappy CPU with its own cooler, just one fan, 120 watt PSU, 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM or DDR4, I don't know. And I already installed a while ago a PCI extension 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, so that I could match my internet speed of the router that me and my roommate have. So first thing, I bought 128 gigs of SSD just for the operating system, which we will return on later. Then I bought 2 4 terabyte hard drives, which we will configure as RAID 1. What that means is basically if I throw one of the 2 hard drives out of my window, I still have another one so that I could recover all my data. But the only problem was that I only had 3 SATA slots on my motherboard, and that means that one is gonna be for the SSD and the other 2 for the 2 hard drives that I bought. But all the data that I currently have was in my previous 1 terabyte hard drive. So what I need to do is connecting my previous hard drive to my current desktop PC that I have lying around, and then move all my data via network from my PC to my home server. It would take a day, yes, but I don't have any other solution that don't involve wasting more money. Yes, that was a pain. In terms of software, I spent like 1 week choosing the best operating system. I mean, there's really no best operating system for a server. There's just the operating system in which you're more comfortable with. My idea was to install OpenMediaVault just to get things going, and then when I'll have more free time, I could install Proxmox instead and just try things and probably break things. But I hate OpenMediaVault. I mean, it was, for really no reason, so much complicated. The GUI sucks. There were a lot of bugs, errors. Some text was white on a yellow background. Man, what the fuck is this shit? And if I did something via terminal, via SSH, then I had to confirm it via the web GUI. Like, why? I know what I did. I know what I'm doing. I mean, that's not true, but you get the point. Am I crazy? I don't like OpenMediaVault. I really don't like it. So then I installed CasaOS or ZimOS. I don't know really what's the difference here. And it was different. The GUI was really good, super aesthetic. I configured the right one via this ZimOS, and it was so easy. Just like 2 buttons and that was it. I mean, that you have to wait for the configuration for like hours. So yeah, it was good, but it lacked something. Like, it lacked a soul, you know? I don't know, I felt like I wasn't so in control of it. Probably that's because the operating system that I had in my previous home server was Arch Linux. So in order to do stuff, I had to put my hands on it. Otherwise, it would simply not work. So I decided to do something. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so he really installed Proxmox. Good for him. He's gonna learn so much. Nope. I installed Arch. Yes, I currently have in my most important device that powers all my phone stuff, my laptop stuff, etc. Arch Linux. Okay, I know everything. Updates, maintenance, I know. But the truth here is that I'm really comfortable with Arch right now. I'm daily driving Arch since at least 1.5 years, and I like it. And because the day will arrive, the day that it's gonna break everything, I knew it. And I was prepared for it. Maybe. So yeah, I installed Arch, and it was so easy setting all the stuff that I needed to. Probably because, I don't know, I'm more comfortable with Arch. Just doing everything from the terminal. It's much easier. So now I did all of this, but why? So let's recap what I'm running in my home server. Tailscale is the main thing. I love Tailscale. It's basically a VPN that lets you connect all the devices that you have in the same network. In more mortal words, I can access to files in my home server from my phone anywhere in the world. So like if I'm in Thailand and I have to listen to my music that I legally have in my home server, I can. Immich, it's just Google Photos, but self-hosted. So what that means is that only I can access to my photos. I don't have to pay for a subscription. I could have infinite storage as long as I have the hardware for it. And it's just fun, self-hosting stuff, it's just fun. Nextcloud is just Google Drive, but self-hosted too. So same pros as Immich, but not for photos, for files such as Words, PowerPoints, PDFs, etc. Navidrome is for music stuff. I have this application here. It's called Tempo. And it's just a client for Navidrome. And it's something like Spotify, but with your own music. Like now I'm listening so much to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and Lauryn Hill in general and the Fugees. Come on, focus. I also have the vinyl there. This one. Oh. Music is a main thing, as you can see from my posters in my life. So yeah, music is really important for me. Adguard Home is a DNS that lets you block ads in all your devices. I have to be honest here, I found it a little bit more difficult setting this up because I didn't really know what DNSs were, but if I have done it, you could do it too. Crafty is for managing Minecraft servers that I do not play, so it's useless, but one day. Beszel, it's for managing server parameters, like, the CPU usage, CPU Docker usage, RAM usage. I don't know, I think I'm gonna uninstall this. Portainer, which is for managing containers, Docker containers. But I think I'm gonna uninstall this as well because I just use the terminal via Docker PS. And my own little program that I wrote this myself, and I'm not gonna say what it does. I'm just simply gonna say that lets me save a ton of money in monthly subscriptions. And all of these services are obviously installed with Docker. If you don't know what Docker is, I don't care. Other little things that I configured. So how do I manage my home server? Basically, this is the terminal, okay? If I just type S, it's gonna SSH into my home server, which is called Necronomicon, such as the book written by Mohammed Al-Azarif, which was called Al-Azif or something like that, I don't know. It's a Lovecraft story, I'm pretty obsessed by this thing. But it's basically, the Necronomicon, it's basically a book of knowledge, of weird knowledge about mortal stuff. I don't know. And it's gonna say to me, you know, write status. I've asked Cthulhu, which is a god, a Lovecraftian god, and the write is okay. And I asked Nyarlathotep, and the container, the Docker containers are all okay. So basically, if something isn't working, it's gonna say to me whenever I SSH into it. Another thing is that I configure the home server to automatically shut down every day at 22:30, because you know I have to sleep, and this thing is kind of noisy. I just want to sleep, and I configure it to automatically turn on the next morning at 8. And when it does these things, it also sends me a message via Telegram, so that, you know, I know whenever the Necronomicon, my home server, turns on and turns off. Okay, you can't read it, but it's written, the Necronomicon has woken up, or something like that. It's in Italian. That's pretty useful, because sometimes, for some reasons, it doesn't turn on or it doesn't turn off, and I want to know that. Another thing is that if I type simply update, it's gonna update. It's gonna update all the packages via Pacman and via the Arch user repository. And when it's gonna update, he's gonna send me a Telegram message as well. And also, if it goes wrong, it's gonna send me a log with what went wrong, so that I can further investigate. Oh yeah, it arrived, so let's see. Haha! It says the knowledge of the Necronomicon has been extended, and new things added to his knowledge, which is simply EA updates. So basically, it's saying that he updated EA updates. It's a pretty thing to let me know what it's doing. Another thing that I did is a backup system. So I have a Zimablade, which is this thing right here. It's basically a Raspberry Pi, but it's architecture x86, which is connected to an external 1 terabyte hard disk. I can just simply type ssh imp, and it's gonna ask me for the password. This is impost.pimpo, which is my imp that does all my backups, and I can just simply type backup, and it's gonna do a backup. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time, because actually I have a lot of videos recorded right now that needs to be backed up. So yeah, but at the end of the backup, it's gonna send me a message via Telegram saying that my imp has stolen the Necronomicon knowledge. The next step that I want to do, and I'm going to do, I hope this Christmas, is getting this imp to my parents' house and set it up so that like every week it's gonna turn on, do a backup, send me a Telegram message, and turn off, so that I have a always updated backup of my files in another city, so that if my house burns or explodes or something, I still have all my files. So yeah, let me know if you like my Necronomicon. I like it, so I guess this is what matters. And let me know if you want to investigate how I actually did all this stuff. You know, what code have I written, or what stuff did I do? Yeah, bye.